everybody! Welcome back to Satisfactory. So, at the end of the last episode, I said I would get the loop made for my tractor, and I did. It comes in here, I mean, you can see it shooting out real good at the bottom here. When you do set up, you can actually edit the node, so however long you want it to wait for. And you can do that at the beginning and the end, however you want to do it. I have it all coming over here to this smart splitter. So I have it all set up to where each goes out in the direction I want it to. Now if I would have 4 items coming in, I could easily just split this off again by having overflow come out the front end or out of one of the sides and putting another smart splitter. So you can have as many items as you want, you just have to split it well. Overflow is usually just for anything that's not specifically stated in the setup. So, like it just went from fuel to rubber, it shoots off. And if you couldn't tell by the fact that I have a little bit of things on my to-do list, I'm getting ready to get started on some fun stuff. Because the turbo fuel, now that's where it's at when it comes to our flight. And I also want Logistics Mark IV because, faster belts are always better. So let's get over here and get these taken care of. So I want my turbo fuel. Ba-boom.
Turbo fuel unlocked. This upgrade to regular fuel is optimal for fuel-powered generators, jetpacks, and fulfilling long-distance trucker fantasies.
Fantasies, eh? Alright.
Research completed. Smokeless powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
Just means I have to get the smokeless powder going, because these and this here all makes for some fun stuff. Yeah, we'll have to get it eventually, but I want to be good on that one. That might hurt. Did I have anything else I could do here? No. Well, no, because I'm not doing that too easily. Alright, let's go in here. Let's see, what does smokeless powder need? It needs heavy oil residue and black powder. So the only way I'd be able to do that is over at the actual fuel plant, which is gonna suck. Okay, whatever. But turbo fuel is just some fuel and compacted coal. Well, I'm making compacted coal at a rate a little bit faster than this can keep up. Well, sort of. Yeah, a little bit faster than what it can keep up. So yeah, if I need to, or when I get ready to, I'm going to turn all this over here somewhere, make it a little turbo fuel factory up here. But right now, I want to get Logistics Mark IV. Come here, you. Fly be free.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Yeah, just a tad bit more for the inventory slots, but right now we don't need it, so we're not getting it. Not just yet. But we do want to start with a packager and the assembler, probably 2 of them. I want to double check all that, but I don't know for certain. So, we're going to head down and get all of our stuff. And I'll be back once I figure out how big of a factory I need to make. Welcome back. So, it was a little bit bigger than what I gave it credit for initially, but we got two refined or packagers here to unpackage and send the fuel out in the lines. I had it kind of do a goofy thing where I merged them and then re-split them, because these guys don't do exactly 20 a minute, so I couldn't just leave it at 1, but it doesn't quite do what it needs to there either. So, you know, these 2 will be overproducing, which is fine. They produce almost 19 a minute. So all 3 of these combining into 1 will now give me these guys once it gets fully operational. All of the excess canisters will be smart splitted away to be trashed, so I don't have to think about it. And there is some pretty turbo fuel. So, with the regular fuel, we have a pretty slow ascent, and we get a few blocks up. Just enough to give us a little bit of hurt. But if I go into here and say I want to use turbo fuel, so much faster, so much higher. Before I take too much damage, let me land on top of that. So turbo fuel is obviously the better fuel to use. So all of the fuel that's not used to run my main plant over there is being used to create these packaged fuels, which will come down to be turned in to turbo fuel. So now we got that going, and now we can hover faster and further. Oh, it's so lovely. And we've already got 17 tickets ready, so we're doing fantastic, and still doing good on our capacity there. Especially since max consumption is way not up there. But as I said, I did actually go through and delete the first power plant we ever made. It's gone. Never to be seen again. Ha ha! Oh, now as soon as I make it back up top, we can start looking into what we can do next. Because we will now have the rest of the stuff to do. Let's see, is there anything in here we can do? Not unless I want to do some handcrafting. I could potentially get these guys started because the dimensional storage is awesome. So if I get at least 21 of these made, I can handcraft a few things. I don't want to handcraft all of that, but the dimensional storage might be what I need to do, but I'm going to see what all I have already available. Well, I already have these, so let's get this going.
Research completed. High-speed connector recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Oh, man. And yes, I actually did make a circuit board factory down below. I forgot to mention that, but it is there. But that takes the manufacturer. Oh well. And I believe the rest of these gonna need all that goodie. Yeah. Oh well. I could get the stuff for this. I just need to go find more mycelia. So that'll be something I do in my time. What do we... Oh no, time crystals. Cannot make those just yet. Those are like in-tier things, like very end of the game things. So, other than getting the smokeless powder started being made, ain't nothing else in the man we can do. So let's look into tier 6 to get our manufacturers going. Yaha! Darn. We didn't have enough motors. We are very close, but we don't have enough motors for it. Ah! Time to wait. More time to wait. Not fun! But I will get this. Ah, now I have a full big toy of turbo fuel. Yes. Okay. Well, I guess since it's time to wait on that, I will get some of these made up by hand while we wait on the last of the motors. Well, there's the 11 of those made up. Let's get... That was under alien tech. Let's get this party started.
Dimensional Depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another. Once parts are fed into the Dimensional Depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We see through the window. It is pathetic, consuming more blood. The glass will not shatter, the metal will not bend, the wood will not splinter. We've...
Alrighty then. That's one of those things that they like to say. Kind of creep you out. Alright, well, I gotta go grab more goodies. Whee! To make some more SAM fluctuators, because I really want my dimensional storage. Let's just take a full stack. I don't care. Yaha! And a full stack of these, because, you know, what's the worst that'll happen? And yes, if you feather it, where you're not just full sending the fuel, you can actually get a lot higher per container than you would any other way. So, let me get the 10 of these suckers made up. It doesn't take too terribly long to make a small batch, so I'm not 100% worried about going, wait a few seconds. No, we're already there. So let's go into alien tech, because we want... I already had it. Oh. Now we will have this guy built up over here just for the fun of it, because I don't really care. Well, let's put him over here next to this. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Over here near all this goodie. I don't know where. Let's just stick him somewhere and call it good. And now, all I have to do is, let's say I want iron plates, drag and drop. And he will start uploading it into my dimensional storage, which is now shown off to the side. And if I really felt froggy, put the storage container and I can store pretty much everything. Some of the upgrades are, of course, speed upgrades for it. Let's go back into here. So, it'll upload a lot faster once I actually start making the SAM fluctuators. I get all of these guys brought up. Boom, they're done. I'd make a bunch for these guys, which obviously you're going to need a whole buttload of Mercer spheres just for this. And once I have computers, then I could start uploading from my inventory directly instead of running back to this guy every time. It's It makes things a lot better. Oh my goodness. And yes, you can have more than one stack at a time. All the other good stuff. If I had the ability to make computers, then I could get this guy, which, power augmenter. Make big, they are very large. And they basically augment the amount of power you get. Obviously, I mean, that's what it's called, is an augmenter. So if you're getting, let's say, 100 kilowatts, it adds 10% to that. So you get 110 kilowatts out of just one of the augmenters. You can make a few. I don't know what the full number is that you're able to make, because they say it is a limited item because the summer sloops are a limited resource. So once you find them all, or you believe you found them all, that's it. They're never coming back again. Some items respawn, but not very many. So, yeah, there's always that. So let's see if we have enough motors built up now to finish off the manufacturer. And then we can get that going. And I don't know I don't think it is. Oh, that's gonna be sad. Waiting a lot longer. No! Don't do that to me! Yep, 5 more. Oh, man. Sent. Fly.
Milestone reached.
Yes.
Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as
Yes.
computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly.
And that should have
You are
been...
making good progress. The
Yeah,
future is starting to
they're
look
both
bright.
ready on here. Sweet. So I know I need at least 2 for those down there. But, for the time being, I need to do other stuff. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Okay, so I gotta make a handful more of these. I'll see you guys. Back we are to our actual manufacturer section. These things are quite large. I'm glad I built it up 4 notches. Alright, let's see what we can do. See what all it calls for certain things. So like we can do our same fluctuators, computers, crystal oscillators. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 needed at the minimum. Holy cow. Yeah. And I only have enough stuff to make 2. But yeah. Yeah, once we get into this production a lot better. Oh yeah, we're gonna be hustling and bustling, getting a bunch of stuff made. Hopefully we can make it relatively fast. Now that we have better power, I believe I can do that. So let's start back here, notching this guy to that section. Now where are you at? And there you are, in line. So, one of the things we needed were SAM fluctuators, be an important item, as well as high-speed connectors. Yeah, might as well. Make these our first 2 items to make. Yeah. So I need 3 items in this one, 3 items in this one. Okay. So, go under logistics, conflayer hull, Bleep, that's all, folks. Well, we finally have at least the interior of the manufacturers completed. We got them. I'm not building up the storage units, not at this point. Here very shortly I will. Probably a little bit off-camera work here. But for the most part, we got a bit in here. We're getting high-speed connectors. We've got the computers, which are going to be slow because of the lack of circuit boards, but you know, whatever. None of this has to be perfect. A little bit of everything, which I'll just drop some of these guys in here and get them working. Yeah! But as of right now, I think this is a halfway decent setup, at least for a starting setup. I mean, maybe if I ever felt froggy enough to, or whatever happens, maybe setting up a factory that just everything feeds into one of these big boys and just get everything running as fast as possible for all of them. I don't know just yet. But I do have to say, we're getting things moving, we're getting things grooving. It's gonna be oodles of fun once I start getting more stuff actually added to that. That's gonna save me a little bit of time and effort, especially in stuff I have to carry on with me at all times. I won't have to have 500 of everything, just most of it, and be fine. But yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave it for today. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. But if you've liked what you've seen so far, please like the video. If there's something else you'd like to see, please leave it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos. And thank you all for joining me. Toodles.